You know, as we think about the FINCA Prize and the fact that, you know, that is putting non-dilutive dollars, grant capital, into the hands of founders, can you talk a little bit about why grant funding is critical, especially at the early stages, and how dollars like this can actually position you later for success in raising more commercial capital over time?
Yeah, so when it comes to grant capital, it's super useful for early stage founders because a lot of the times the nature of innovation is that you're early in the market. So whether when you're serving a farmer, and you're introducing tech, they want to know, I'm giving you my $3, a month. Is it going to work?
Yeah.
They have to wait. They want to wait and see a couple of months before they can actually start to pay. When you're serving a lender and you're saying, look, this tech is going to reduce your non-performing loans by 30%. They're like, I want to see. Let me try. Let me try it for a couple of weeks. Let me try it for a couple of months for free, so that I can understand. So that's the nature of innovation. Now, you have to be patient and sometimes allow the market to catch up. But then if you don't have grant funding, or maybe if you're looking for venture funding, you will be stressed because venture capital is fantastic, but it comes after you found product market fit. That's when they'll be interested because they also have to report to their own LPs. So grant capital de-risks the business and provides patient capital to help you test the market with a new product, or maybe test a new market, and also keep the founder sane because as much as you're solving a problem for this for this farmer, for this small business, you may have a family. Or even if you don't have a family, you need to pay rent, you need to keep the lights on, you have a team that's helping you execute your mission. All these things, they matter. And this kind of capital comes, really in handy to support that business very early stage as it's chasing, product market fit, where now, market dynamics and, venture capital can step in and sort of help the business to scale up.
Yeah, thank you, Ebby. Esther, anything to add there?
Yeah, sure. When you think about a young entrepreneur, a youth in this case, for example, when I was founding Farmer Lifeline, I was just fresh from university. If you think about collateral, for me at that point, I actually have a government loan as a student because I was educated in a public university. So if you were to look at my credit history to give me a loan, then I would definitely fail terribly in that scoring. When you think about land, I didn't own land at that time. So if I was to go to a bank and ask for a loan, they'll think about me as very high risk, isn't it? And as she mentioned earlier, you have a team that you also have to show that you're able to meet their needs at some point, even if you begin by not paying them. And then you need time to invest in the startup without that pressure of paying back money with very high interest rate. So when you think about support like what we're receiving from FINCA, it gives us time to invest in the startup in research and development. That's the time that you get to think about your product, not being rushed into it. You can really take time, like with the judges that we had, take their feedback, take it back to your startup, and think about what else can you develop. You're not in a hurry. You're looking at how can I pivot? How can I get another product from the main product without you're not thinking about next month I need to pay back this amount, So we really appreciate patient capital as startups because we don't have that credit history to give us, these big loans, give out part of our companies as equity. I mean, even our valuation at that point would just be pathetic, if you would say so. So when you think about people who are taking the risk to believe in what you're building, we do not take that lightly. We do not take lightly what FINCA is doing for young entrepreneurs like us. And we can only wish that this can scale to even more, entrepreneurs, so that they can benefit from this patient capital as we solve problems around us. Yeah.